What's up, y'all? It's Jordan Martin of Martin Investment Group, Martin Stock Club. Here, three stocks we're looking at today, Thursday, February 23rd. Let's get to it with JP Morgan to kick it off. JP Morgan, as we see, had his nice move up, right? We know we get the highs, move down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, right? Cool. So we know that that's how it goes. And right now we're sitting at a spot that we previously bounced up from, right? So here's a first bounce, all right? So we got a bounce right there. We got a bounce right there. And now we're here again. So the question is, are we getting weaker here? And are we going to fail this level? Or are we going to bounce? All right. So what I'm looking at today is the opportunity for a bounce. And if we fail, then of course we're looking at moving back down to this level, which is our previous bounce level. All right. So that's our next support below. So I'm going to look at setting an alert here above the high. Yesterday's high was 139.43. So I'm going to go 139.45 just to alert me. And I want to see a 5-minute candle close above that price. And that's going to be my main move, is just taking that and riding it back up. It does look a little weak to me. I think that's just because it didn't make a higher high. All right. So we're testing lows, but we didn't make a higher high. So I'm a little not so sure if the bulls are still in that heavy. If we break to the downside, there's an opportunity there as well for it to come down again and test this. That would be a swing trade opportunity. And it would just be structured with the stop loss above today's high. All right. So it will look like this. Where if we break the low, targeting down here, stop loss above the high, I'm giving you a 2-to-1 on the trade for your risk to reward. All right, and so the low of yesterday was 137.45 or 44. 137.40. Again, looking for a 5-minute candle to close below that level to go ahead and take that. Next up is QCOM. All right, QCOM sitting at the support level. All right, so we see those previous resistance, turn support here, and we're holding that level right now. So I just want to see QCOM take out the high. And right now, pre-market it has. So pre-market, we are above the high of the previous day. Right now it's 7:42 Eastern. So we still have the whole 8 o'clock hour and then the first 30 minutes after 9 o'clock to see if anything changes here. But as long as we can hold above this, right? Say we open up and we gap up here, then I'll be waiting to see how after the first 10, 15 minutes, how price is moving. And if we've established a support level or if we've established a resistance based off of pre-market, right? And we can look at pre-market to see if we can get some pre-market levels that we can go off of. And right now there's not much, but that's the mentality, is let it go ahead and set up its own support and resistance. And then we trade it off of there, and we can use levels from yesterday and take those into account as well. So if we get a pullback down here, then we can look for a bounce off of that level. Johnson & Johnson. All right, let's go ahead and go back to the daily. Well, Johnson & Johnson, we were looking at for puts maybe a week or so ago, last week, and it did trigger and broke below this level, dropped all the way down to here, right? So now we're trading in 2 days that are inside this one candle, okay? So what we're looking at on Johnson & Johnson is a continued move to the low to test the range of this candle's low. All right, so Johnson & Johnson taking out the low of 157.37, getting a move down to 156.62 is what I'm looking at on Johnson & Johnson. And then the last one I'll do is Baidu. Baidu had a big earnings move yesterday. They gapped up and then went down the whole day. All right, but now we see that we're testing this level here. All right. So on Baidu, what I want to see is a move back up to test the high here. Right. So this high coming back into play, this low, right? Coming back here. And then just watching how it interacts with that 144 area. Maybe it'll move up and then reject it and start coming back down back to this zone, which will look something like intraday. It'll look something like this, where let me find the tool. It looks something more so like this, where it'll come up, test this, and then push back down. All right, giving a little fake move to the upside, but ultimately rejecting this previous level. And we see that we had nothing but red candles all during this day. All right, so it'll come back up, or I'm thinking and watching for it to come back up and test this level right here, and then push right back down. So those are three or four that I'm willing to go ahead and throw out there. Y'all take advantage, make some money today, make it a great day, and we'll be back tomorrow.